topics today. Number one is the bone repair,
Okay.
and then we will study
Bone
about the
repair.
types of muscles. Later on, we will study about the
Okay.
types of muscles. 3 types of muscle, we will
Okay.
discuss that too. So, the topic is bone repair.
Bone repair.
The stages involved are 4 stages in the bone repair. Number one stage is known as, this step is known as hematoma formation. This occurs instantly when the bone got fractured. It occurs instantly at that moment, the hematoma formation. What is this? We will study about this in the next slide. Then within the 2 to 3 days of the fracture of the bone, the second stage, which is known as the fibrocartilaginous callus formation. This occurs after hematoma formation, fibrocartilaginous callus formation. As the name indicates, in this stage, the cartilage is forming along with the fibers and the roughly structured, not well-defined structure, which is known as callus, that forms at the point where the fracture occurs. Then within the 7 days, bony callus formation takes place. In this stage, the cartilage which is formed in 2 to 3 days will now start calcifying and now change into bone. Cartilage is converting into bone in the third stage.
Bone.
These are the stages of the repairing of the fracture. Bone repair stages. And then after 7 days, within 6 to 8 weeks, the bone remodeling occurs. When after 7 days the bony callus is formed, it is irregular in shape. It is not according to the shape of the actual bone before the fracture, but in 6 to 8 weeks the bone remodeling occurs. The extra bone which is formed outside in the periphery is reabsorbed, and now the bone which is now repaired is in the shape of the actual bone, which was as before the fracture. Do you get it? These are the 4 stages.
Yes.
Now we will study them one by one. The first stage is hematoma formation. What happens? It occurs instantly after the bone breaks. It can be due to any accident, due to any fall. So what happens when bone breaks? Blood vessels are torn at that area. As you know, bone consists of blood vessels. There are 2 structures of the bone. The outer one is known as the compact bone, and the inner one is the spongy bone. Do you know this?
Spongy bone. Yes.
So spongy bone consists of blood vessels. So whenever the bone breaks, the blood vessels present in that bone also breaks. They are torn out, and the hemorrhage occurs. There is a rapid loss of the blood, and that rapid loss of blood is known as hemorrhage. Okay. After that, when the blood is lost, the second you can see on your screen, the mass of clotted blood forms at the fracture site. Because in our blood there are clotting factors present, so these clotting factors activate and start to clot that blood which is bleeding out of that blood vessels which are torn out. So clotted blood is formed at that site. Okay.
Yes.
Then what happens? The bone cells are deprived of nutrition and die. As there is a clot formation occurred, so the blood vessels, the passage of the blood is disrupted because the clot is there in between the blood vessels. So the bones are deprived of the oxygen. The fractured bone, the upper and lower part, is deprived of the oxygen and nutrients, and they die. So what happens next? The tissue at the fracture site becomes swollen. Swelling starts, and pain starts, and inflammation starts. This can be noted when you place your hand over the area where the bone is fractured. For example, imagine the femur bone is fractured. When you touch at the thigh where the bone is fractured, you can feel the warmth. This warmth is the sign that there is the inflammation. Also, sometimes you can see the area reddish in color. You can see the discrimination between the normal skin
or red.
Yeah, it is reddish in color. It is warm by the temperature, and it is swollen. So these are the signs that tell that there is an inflammation. That area, that side, the tissue surrounding the fracture is inflamed. And pain is the questionnaire. You can ask this questionnaire from the patient. Okay.
Yes.
Now the second step is the callus formation. What happens? The capillaries from the surrounding vessels starts to grow into that hematoma where the blood clot is formed in the previous step. Now the capillaries, because these bones are deprived of the nutrition and oxygen, they require the nutrition and oxygen. So the capillaries from the surrounding tries to compensate for this loss, they grow into that hematoma. Okay, so
Yes.
they start providing nutrition and oxygen. Then what happens? The phagocytic cells, which are white blood cells, and they are known as macrophages and osteoclasts, they start to come to that site, that start to come to the site of the hematoma formation and starts to invade that clot, and these sites start phagocytosis there. And in phagocytosis, the extra debris and waste material and clotted portions of the blood are cleaned up by these phagocytes. Do you get it? This is a
Yes.
simple process by which white blood cells phagocytose the foreign particles. Similarly, here these phagocytotic cells reach the site and start phagocytosing the debris, the clotted portion of the blood, and all the extra material. So the site is almost cleared up. Now the two other cells starts their functioning, which are known as osteoblasts and osteocytes. They start to invade that hematoma and begin to rebuild the bone. Now the blood capillaries are already
Yes.
invaded by the surrounding capillaries. Now the blood starts
Yes.
forming, rebuilding of the bone starts by the two types of cells. These cells are bone cells. What are they called? Name them.
All cells.
Osteoblasts and osteocytes. Osteoblasts are the bone resorption cells, and osteoblasts are the bone forming cells. They start to form bones. And
Okay.
osteocytes are the mature bone cells. When they are formed, they
Mature
go into
cells.
they are the bone mature cells. Okay, they start to invade
Okay,
that
okay.
hematoma and start the
Invade.
reformation of the bone at that region, at that fracture site. Now
Yes.
what happens next? The bone cells come and invade that and starts to rebuild bone. Then the collagen fibers are secreted by the other cells. Collagen fibers are secreted to connect the ends of the bone. The bone is formed by the bone cells, but collagen fibers are then secreting and join these ends of the bones which are newly formed, which are rebuilt. Okay, so
Yes.
the collagen fibers are formed. This is the second. This structure up till now, which is formed, which consists of osteoblast, osteocyte, the new bone
Is the
cells,
callus.
and the collagen fibers, which is connecting that bone cells. This is the callus.
Callus.
Now, what happens? Can you read the heading for me, or it is not
Yes.
visible to you also?
No, I can see it.
Okay, what is that?
Fibrocartilaginous callus develops and hardens
Above
to
that,
form
above that.
bony callus formation.
Okay, this is the bony
Bony
callus
callus.
formation. The previous slide
Yes.
reads the cartilaginous callus.
Was cartilaginous.
Collagen
Callus
fibers
formation.
were formed there. Now the callus
Yes.
is ossified. That is, it is changed into the bone and hard structure which will have the minerals like calcium and phosphate in it. Now the bony callus is formed. What happens? The fibrocartilaginous callus develops, hardens to form a bony
Yes.
callus of spongy bone. Previously we studied that callus is formed. That was the step
Yes.
which is the callus formation, where collagen fibers were formed. They connect the newly formed bone. But here, that callus is going to harden. Mineralization occurs here. Okay, so that callus is now known
Okay.
as fibrocartilaginous callus. What happens next is that
Fibrocartilaginous.
yes, very good.
Okay.
What happens next is that bone cells, collagen fibers, and chondrocytes are continuously secreting their secretions that strengthen the matrix which is newly formed, which is forming at the site of the fracture. Bone cells, what were the names of the bone cells? We have studied that in the previous slide. What are the names?
The osteoblast and the osteocytes.
Yes, these cells starts to secrete the bone cells. They are bone forming cells and bone maturation cells. Then collagen fibers are secreted. We have studied previously. And chondrocytes. Chondrocytes are the cartilage cells. These are the names of the cartilage
Okay.
cells. They
Third.
three of them continue to secrete their materials in order to strengthen the newly formed bone. Okay, so up till now, that
Okay.
is known as the bony callus formation. Now comes to the last step, that is the bone remodeling. What happens? The callus which is formed in the previous slide, in the previous step, in the third step of the bone repair, that callus either
Yes.
it is calcified or spongy one, but it will be calcified in the third step because bone cell starts to participate in this process, but they are not in their accurate shape or in their final shape. They can be oval shaped or irregular in shape. So there is the need of the remodeling of that. So it should not invade the surrounding cells and not disturb the surrounding muscles and tissues. So it should be smooth like the previous before the fracture. So what happens? The excess material on outside of the diaphysis is removed. The excess bone which is formed during this process, during this the bony callus formation, excess is usually produced. It is removed in this process. Compact bone is laid down to reconstruct the shaft wall. Now the compact bone, which is the outer layer of the bone, it is formed on that callus, which is in balance with the upper and lower portions of the bone which are not fractured. So a compact bone is laid down. It covers the site where the bony callus is formed. Now you can see see the bones in X-rays as the uniform bone.
Yes.
Do you get it? So that bone appears like the one before the fracture. So it is well balanced and in shape and not invading the surrounding tissues. This is how the bone is repaired. You can see the diagram. In number 1 diagram, there is the fracture and you can see the swelling and redness, and the temperature of that area is also definitely increased.
Hot.
Now see the second diagram. Here what happens? The blood clotting starts. The clots of the blood starts to invade that region because hematoma formation occurs in first step. In first step you can see the hemorrhage in red color in first diagram.
Yes.
But in second, to prevent this hemorrhage, there are clots are formed there. Now see the third diagram, which is labeled as number 3. What is happening here? The cartilaginous callus is forming here. The cartilaginous callus is also changing into the bony callus in the same diagram. You can see the bone rejoining the two fractured ends together. And in number 4, the extra bone which were formed in the upper 3 steps is reabsorbed and the bone is remodeled into its final shape. Fourth is there is a slight mark of the fracture, but it is now in appropriate shape and it is back to the original shape. Understand?
Yes.
Do you have any question regarding this?
No.
If you have, okay, then we'll move toward our next topic,